Hi guys, another quick review of a radio that's turned up into the shank this week. It's the quite rare Midland Alan 9001. Now there's other versions of this out on the market that's badged as the Emperor Shogun, and he's a clone of the Uniden made President Lincoln. This particular radio is actually made by a completely different company called Maxon, and was around for sale around 1997, 1998, around that kind of time it was for sale. I actually seen this radio for sale at the Leicester Radio Rally. I believe the asking price at the time new was around £175, £180. The Alan version, which is virtually identical, was a little bit more expensive, around £220, obviously paying for the Midland branding. But it's turned up this week, guys, and it's absolutely stunning condition. Very happy with it. Came with its original box, all the brackets, original microphone, manuals and what have you. But the reason I bought this radio, guys, is because I've actually been looking for a President Lincoln type radio for a while now, and it's pretty hard to find a radio in really good condition these days that have not been tampered with, not been messed with. And when I do buy a radio, it has to be in immaculate condition. I've got a little bit of OCD, so I'll take you through the controls on this radio. We've got the meter button there. That affects the meter, obviously. It's very similar to the Lincoln again. You can actually, that's your modulation control. That's to calibrate the SWR, and that's to show you your SWR, and that's back to your RF power again. So again, that's very similar to a President Lincoln. The F lock control is here, so that locks you on a certain frequency. If you've got that pressed in, you won't be able to move the channel control. You won't be able to change frequency until you actually release this again. The mic gain control is the same as the Lincoln again, and there's two settings. There's mic gain on and mic gain off. We've got your bleep on and off just here. You've got the noise blanket ANL, which actually works pretty well actually on this radio. We've got your banding controls here that flicks you through the bands. Now this radio covers 26.5 up to 30 megahertz, so the coverage is pretty good. Your span control, again like the President Lincoln, this gives you the option to flick through the different frequencies. It has got continuous tuning on this radio, so again it's more like an amateur radio in that respect. So we're back on the same frequency. Again, you've got your channels up and down here. They're also on the microphone, so I'll show you that in a moment on top of the mic. That's going to change your frequencies. You've got your squelch control there. It's auto squelch this radio. On and off control. Your RIT is obviously your clarifier. You've got variable RF power. I'm not too sure if that's variable on SSB. That's something I've not checked yet, but on a further video I can let you know about that. This is obviously to set your SWR, and there's also a dim control on this, so if we just click that, you can dim down the light, which is quite nice. We've got the local DX, which works here as an RF gain, PA, which nobody uses, and then you've got your bands all the way around here. So yeah, really happy with this radio, guys. I'm going to send this away like I do with all my radios to get it tuned, make sure it's all working as it should, because I've got a feeling this has been sitting in a box for a very long time. Probably around the 20 years mark. You can tell by looking at it that it hasn't been used. I mean, I've just put the bracket on it now, and you can tell by the sides that it's never had the bracket on, so I've put that on very loosely. But to get a radio in this condition is pretty rare. Right, okay, I'll show you the mic. This is the mic. I'll just pop that into shot now. Little Alan mic there. It's nice little microphone made in Thailand. So that's the little mic, but I am actually going to be putting a Capo Power Echo microphone on this with a slight tiny bit of echo. It just improves the audio. Or I may even put the Astatic 575 on. which always works on the President Lincoln. But there you go, guys. There's a fine example of a Midland Alan 9001. Subscribe to my channel, like the video. There's many more to come, guys. In process at the moment. There's a new radio coming in from Colorado. I believe it's going to be here within the next week and a half, and it's the Cobra home base, the 139XLR, which uses the 858 chip, which is going to be very similar to, well, board-wise, to the President Adams, and some of the Stalker radios and the realistic 449. So that's on its way. Again, I'll make a video of that when it arrives. That also will be modified for the FM and extended frequencies. So yeah, that will be another video coming up, probably over the Christmas period, guys. So keep your eyes out for that one. Best 7 threes, guys, and speak soon.